What is going on, everyone? This is Dillon from WeTheCoasters. We're checking out in, back again at Busch Gardens Tampa. This is our first visit to the park since post-Hurricane Milton has been over here, because there had been some damage that had been reported over the park, but they have cleaned most of it up. But we're going to talk about what's happened since the hurricane, and we're going to show you that right now. So without further ado, enjoy today's feature presentation here at Busch Gardens Tampa. Now, they do have signs around the park showcasing that the attraction may be closed due to the storm. So they do apologize in advance, and we'll be showcasing that as we go throughout the park. But just make sure if you're here for about between now and October through about, I would say, November, that will be an issue. So it is unfortunate because remember, Hurricane Milton did sustain some damage around the Tampa Bay area, including St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Sarasota, Bradenton, all around there. And I mean, they were dealing with 90 to 100 mile per hour winds. So just kind of, forewarn in advance. And if you want to donate to the American Red Cross, I'll put a link in the description down below. So just want to showcase that when you are here in the area for Busch Gardens Tampa from, I would say, between now and November, give or take at the most, but hopefully it won't be too long though. Now, one ride that is closed, unfortunately, is Iron Gwazi. And it's due to a number of reasons. Now, this is not specifically the reason, but I do want to showcase how some of the damage did affect the front area over here. So this whole area used to be grass around here, as you can see. And you can tell how when the storm came through, it did wipe out a good number of foliage all around this area. So I want to show you guys around the fence line here, as you can see. See also here is a little bit of damage right over here as well. And then this is where the effect really took place. This was a lot worse when the park reopened Sunday, but you could tell how much of a difference it really made all around this area, and it looks way different. Again, this used to be all grass here, but unfortunately not the case here. Even the tree that's over here, knocked off a lot of branches around here. It's a shame to say the least too. So Iron Gwazi has a hole on the roof, not on this side, but on the other side. Now, you can't see it from here on the camera, but if you're able to ride one of the rides, like say Shikra, you probably could see it from there if you're sitting on the left side. But there is a good sized hole on the roof, and obviously they need that roof covered as well. So once that happens, they'll be testing it out, and we'll be reopening hopefully soon. I would hope to be like the next couple weeks. However, I do see there are team members here, so that is good to see. But obviously right now the ride is not open, and as far as how long it'll be closed, I'm not entirely too certain. So stay tuned for that for more details. Now, of course, because of that, they do obviously have it blocked off over here. And, the lights for how long the wait time would be is off. And they do have the sign out here saying that it's under maintenance, but it is for the storm, unfortunately. So I do want to let you guys know, if you are coming to Busch Gardens Tampa, for the time being, like right now, it's about a couple weeks, they are going to be working some repairs on the ride. So hopefully they get that roof taken care of. And actually, I don't know if you could see it from here. I don't think so. Kind of, it's somewhere right over here, but it's one of these areas, but on the other side, there's a big giant hole there. Or unless if you're in the back of the park, like I said, to Shikra and all that, you can see it. Now, one area that looks entirely different is the cheetah habitat. It used to be filled with trees, and this thing would be fully covered, but you can see this is very exposed now. So thankfully the cheetahs are safe, they're good. But the problem is the habitat, well, there's no cheetahs out here right now. That's a shame. So honestly, seeing them right now would be really, really cool. Now, one attraction that was closed briefly, I would say this was on Sunday only, but has reopened since, is Cheetah. And you can hear the LSMs going off in the background. And you're going to hear it going off right now in just a second. There it goes. So this was closed on Sunday, but has since then reopened. So that is good to see. And speaking of which, here it comes. So yeah, just wanted to showcase that. Anyways, let's showcase other stuff around here. By the way, in case you're wondering, Cheetah Hunt currently a 20-minute wait, as you can see right over here. Skyride, unfortunately, is down, which that is because of the storm. And then, of course, the access to the plaza, where Cheetah Plaza, I guess you could say, where you could see like lions, hyenas, and all that. That unfortunately is closed. So they have put the gate up right over here. That's part of the storm damage that's from the area here. Now, one other thing I do want to note is that there was a new change that happened where from before you would used to see some of the people that work at Busch Gardens Tampa that would be in the front that would direct people to go to the ride entry and the quick queue, and even, you know, check the restraint, making sure that they're able to ride. Well, unfortunately, due to some budget cuts, they have gotten rid of that, and they don't do that anymore. So it's going to be a cluster of people just randomly going up the ride entry or quick queue and then getting on or having to send people back and all that. So be aware that that is on for all the attractions now from here on out at Busch Gardens Tampa, but just want to showcase that. That is unfortunately a shame, to say the least. That's pretty shallow there. Cobra's Curse and Matsu, obviously not affected, but however, it looks like everyone's leaving the queue on Cobra's Curse because it looks like it broke down. And I did see a test car go down, so unfortunately it just broke down due to a technical difficulty. But just to let you know, the ride is currently fine, which is good to see there. And then Matsu is also going just earlier, so that's a shame, to say the least. Well, if you notice here at Serpent's Next, they have these garlands up here, which can only mean one thing. We're getting closer to that Christmas time. Oh boy. We're not even done with Halloween. We already got the Christmas decorations up. Now, what's cool that's open today is the Animal Connections area. So this is where you get to see a lot of the animals inside some care and whatnot. So they have a whole bunch of animals here. They have an armadillo that's over here. Look at him, he's moving up here. You see him, he's jumping up there a little bit, moving around. That's cool. And then you see some veterinarians are working on a sloth that's right over here. So it looks like they are having a microphone on him with a camera, and they're showcasing him putting something on a stick and showcasing him working on it, which is actually really cool. So behind the scenes stuff here, that's really cool that they're doing that. Now they have a whole bunch of animals that are around here, like porcupine, which I don't see him that's on here at least. They have a tortoise who's foraging right now. They have the flamingos that are over here, at least in one section there's flamingos over here. But here, you can get really close to them. Some of the ones that have their pink color, it's here, and some that don't have their pink color just yet, but eventually will. And one that's definitely very well grown that's right over here in the back. And then this is where if you would join in for a sloth encounter, but currently not any sloths right now. Okay, some cranes over here, and just to showcase, I don't see any damage mainly unless it's like the top of like right over here if there was a covering. I don't think so though, at least not that I see. Then you got different birds over here like macaws. They'll normally, you know, change them out here and there for different animals around the areas here. They have a white-necked raven over here, which is actually one of the most underrated animals you can actually see here in the park. These ravens are actually really, really cool. He will be a little loud, I will warn you about that, but trust me, he is really cool to see. And then they have Lorenzo, which is the new sloth that's over here. They have a QR code where you can actually learn about that sloth. Echidnas, American alligators. They have a toucan over here. Yeah, really neat. And just want to showcase here the toucan that's right over here. Very cool animal that you have to check out when you're over here in this little area right over here. Although he does owe me some Fruit Loops, to say the least, though. But he's actually really cool to see, though. This one's actually kind of small, though. Here you can see a Jamaican iguana that's right over here who's moving around. It's happy to see everyone, which is cool. And then they'd also have lemurs right over here. There he is. Two of them, actually. All in this area. And then checking out over here where the tortoise is at. Looks like the habitat is fine, but some of the trees did get trimmed down a little bit though, so that's a shame to say the least. And then I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but the tortoises are right over here. So just want to showcase that for today. Here's some damage from past the train area that's right over here. So here's the train where normally would travel over here. And this over here, there's a little bit of fencing that's right over here. So like people can't go through in this area over here. And this has been torn up a little bit and cut up from some trees. This is a tree that's right over here that got torn up right over here. That's unbelievable. Wow. Now one area that did get some damage is the elephant habitat over here, because you could see how barren this entire area looks now because a lot of trees did get knocked down over here. And ironic enough, there's a QR code over here where it showcases about making improvements to the habitat. So, and you can still book an elephant insider tour as well. You just scan the QR code right there, but yeah, this area definitely really has sustained some damage. Fun fact too, those green and black markers, those are from Rhino Rally, and those are probably Easter eggs to the former attraction. So as far as how long they stay, I hope they stay there for the rest of the time, but at some point they're gonna have to worry about maybe getting rid of those. I don't know, we'll see though, but it's cool that they're still there though. If you know, you know. Now, another ride that was affected by a storm is Falcons Fury, and it has nothing to do with the tower, but more of the queue. So you can see how this portion of the queue, basically, you can tell how ripped apart this is, and then other portions of the structure that's covered is still up and standing. So like this area is torn apart, this area is fine, that area is torn apart, and the rest is fine. We'll show you on the other side in just a minute. So as you can see as I'm walking around here on the west side of the area, and then you can see what part's good, what part's torn off, and yeah, you can see it just, there really is much of a difference right here, and obviously that is a shame to say the least. Not really a strong, you know, considered a roof, it's more just of a covering there, but yeah, you could tell what really got damaged over here and all that and what didn't, but that's a shame to say the least. And then from Scorpion, it looks like the train is still in the station. But as far as what I am seeing, I don't see any damage from that roofing of that one at all too. So that's good to see, to say the least. But obviously you can tell some weather definitely is affected around the area a little bit though. And also, if you can hear from the background, Shapira is open and operating, which is good to see right there. And I do see people on the attraction, so that's good to report on there too. Another ride that's closed from the storm is Phoenix Rising here. And I'm not sure on this one as to why it's closed, but it could be for the covering over here. I could totally be wrong on that, but there is no official word as to how and why it is closed. But obviously it is, you know, because of the storm and all that. So unfortunately, this new for 2024, not open yet. So bummer. However, the show Animal Tales is actually going on as people are actually going up the ramp over here. So I haven't actually checked this out since they've done this show. I feel like I should do that though. So let's go check it out. So if you can hear the roar in the background, Kuma is going. So that's good to hear that that ride is operating. And the bumper cars are working. So that is good to see right there. Just around in the area. Nothing else to say, at least for the time being, what we're seeing around the Pantopia area. So just, you know, that timeline and all. So I did an attraction I haven't done in ages. You banga banga bumper cars. In honest opinion, it's way better than racing New York. Now, one thing I haven't noted in past vlogs is actually they've gotten rid of the boats as well as the wheels to turn the boats, as well as the little like monster trucks over here. And you can see post Milton, you can see a bunch of fallen trees. The water's all dirty. There's leaves in the actual water itself. But this area really took the worst end of it here. And you can see where like a lot of the trees and the debris that are here are around this area. So you can tell like even like the rock work over here is kind of covered in the trees and fallen over a bit from there, but that's unbelievable though. Another area that's closed off here is the tiger encounter that's over here. So unfortunately they only have the photo op over here, and well, this whole area closed. So that sucks. Now, I will like to showcase that Congo River Rapids, they've changed the sign up here, but this has been closed since before the storm. So as far as whenever that will reopen, I'm not entirely too certain. But if I were to give some advice, put more. No damage to report on the old Jungala area, but there's some scaffolding underneath the former Jungle Flyers area. So that's something to keep an eye on when they do the new change to Jungala 2.0, or the Oasis Overlook, I think it was called. A new thing where they have a yacht, starship, and river taxis over here for Tampa and downtown and all that. Take a look when you can. QR code shown right there for both. And a tree that really did sustain some damage here, right over here. Definitely wiped out some branches over here within this spot, right near Sheeker's left side of the entrance. So if you look, this is where the ramp is near Lori Landing. This is a fence where the old anteater used to be. And this is all the fence got knocked down right around the area here. That is unbelievable. But the big damage took place over here in Sesame, where a lot of the tarps around here have been just ripped apart. It's unbelievable what you can see from the area. We'll give you a closer look when we get in. So this is the Sunny Day Theater. This is where they normally do a Halloween show because of the season. But this canopy here where the tarp was and all that, well, that is all blown off out of proportion. And it's fully outdoors. As far as when this will reopen, time will tell. But they basically put all the benches here, blocking the entire area with a do not enter sign right there. Wicked. And here's the sign showcasing it right over here. But again, as far as whenever this will reopen, we'll let you know. But man, that is crazy what has happened since then. Now, Air Grover, here's a weird thing about this. The ride is open, but you can see where the hurricane damage came from here, where the tarps were blown off of here. So that's wild to see how that's leased. And again, you can see it's going. So a small area of the arcade is over here, and you can tell where the damage is, where the top of the tent area is here. But yeah, it's crazy to see though. This is while you're inside, you can see where some stuff is hanging around here, and yep, fully exposed out here. Now to go up close to this, we'd rather take a fancy way going there. We're gonna use this ropes course to kind of just show you what it's like up here. So you can see where all this got ripped apart. Look at the rust even on this pole over here. Holy cow. And there's not much of this tarp that's left up here. That is just absolutely wicked. This thing is hanging on by a thread. Wow. See, if you look like right over here, this is like a section that's like barely hanging on to this stuff. Even over here, there's barely any left. This whole thing got ripped apart. Crazy. The Coke canopy over here, as you can see, this did not sustain damage, but they did put that down, and they have that chained right there to keep it together, and you can see it worked out really good. So good job, Busch. Well, that's going to do it in our visit here to Busch Gardens Tampa. If you like what we do here, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, be on the new channel, hit that bell notification for any future uploads. Follow us on all of our socials, our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, and our threads. Once again, my name is Dillon. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys until the next video. And until then, see you guys later. Peace.